Welcome to this online info session. I'd like to talk for a few minutes about the fraud and financial crime investigation microcredential that we offer through the forensic program at bcit. This program would appeal to those who are wanting to work in this field and want to learn how to conduct fraud and financial crime investigations in Canada. Those that are working in this field may also wish to learn some best practices from the instructors that we have recruited to teach these courses. And these instructors are experienced investigators and analysts. This program is open to both Canadian and international students. The program itself is made up of 8 courses. There are 4 required courses and 4 elective courses. You have to take all 4 required courses and select 2 of the elective courses. The courses themselves are in sequence, so the first course you would enroll in is FFCI 3020, Foundations of Fraud and Financial Crime Investigations. The courses are layered, and so you take the 4 required courses, and then you could take any 2 of the elective courses. Our instructional goals for this program is at least 5-fold. One, we want to teach the foundational investigative methods for evidence collection during investigations. Also want to teach the best practices for file coordination of collected information. And this is really the strength of the program. The instructors that we have hired to teach these courses are all experienced in their field. They know what they're talking about. And so they're in the best position to provide what has worked well and what is expected of investigations within Canada in terms of the criminal investigations. Third, one of our goals is to teach the methods to analyze the financial information and then the presentation of those analytical reports to a criminal court or to an operations manager. Fourth, we want to teach investigative and analytical methodologies, specifically relates to 2 topics, money laundering and cybercrime. And finally, the program is set up so that we are assessing individual students' understanding of course materials. So courses are superior to conferences in that you're listening to what is being said, you're applying these principles to a set of data, and then you're evaluated on them. The organization of the program is, we've set it up so that the courses do provide quality instruction. As I mentioned before, our instructors have extensive experience in their field of instruction in the Canadian legal system. The course content is layered, so the 4 required courses are best taken in sequence. The courses are affordable. For under $325, students can receive 15 hours of instruction, including, which comes with the marked assignments, of course. And for all 6 courses, you're under just shy of $2,000 Canadian. The courses are online and they're offered in a synchronous format. So the course is held at one time where all the students show up and engage with the instructor. And finally, that the courses are available in the evening. We set them up for Tuesday evenings from about 5:30 p.m. to 9:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so that those that would like to take these courses and they work during the day can take these courses in the evening. Now, just to do a quick overview of the different courses. You can go to the website and find all this information yourself, but just things I wanted to highlight was the first required course, Foundations of Fraud and Financial Crime Investigation, is intended to provide foundational knowledge of investigative techniques. And the learning outcomes for all the courses are those skills that are being assessed during a course. So some of the topics that are going to have to be review and learn is the different types of fraud and financial crimes and the challenges that come with them, the legal challenges, the policy challenges that come with them. You'll learn how to apply legal statutes to a fact scenario, apply crime theory to it, and you'll be asked to prepare an investigation strategy. So it provides the basis for your understanding for the rest of the course and rest of the program on how to set up your investigation. Once you've collected information, as anyone knows, it's hard to coordinate it so that you can retrieve it later on for court purposes and for intelligence purposes. So this course, Investigative File Coordination, looks at the information that is collected during the course of investigation and talks about what sources to look at, how to properly coordinate that information, which is the bulk of the course. And then there are different ways that you can, as a file coordinator, help yourself coordinate the information so that you can extract it later for court purposes. The interviewing methodologies is taught by a retired police officer who instructs students on how to conduct fraud and financial interviews. And so how to apply critical thinking and reasoning during the interview process, how to actually conduct it. So you'll be asked to carry out an interview during the course itself, and then evaluate the investigation in light of the information that you collected. The evidence analysis for fraud and financial crime is taught by a well-experienced forensic accountant, and the course is about instructing students on the collation, collection, and organization of data, and then its analysis as it relates to financial crime. So you'll be looking to develop skills in identifying useful financial information for analysis, determining when to apply direct and indirect tracing analysis, managing transactional data from a variety of sources, identifying the elements that are needed to be analyzed for net worth analysis. And then in the end, your assignment will be to develop an investigative report in a forensically sound manner, which would meet the standards of a certified fraud examiner and which would be useful for court. So those are the 4 required courses. There are 4 elective courses. Money laundering investigations is one that's taught by a very well experienced investigator on money laundering. And part of that is to look at how to deter, detect, investigate, report money laundering. And so looking at the legal statutes, case law, and the crime theory that's related to it, applying crime theory to money laundering investigations, discussing different sources of information as it relates to money laundering or could be accessed, and then how to apply investigation techniques when it comes to the placement of illicit funds into the financial system, the layering of it, and then the eventual investment of those illicit funds. Cybercrime investigation is taught in this course, and again, it's from an investigator with many years of experience in this field, looking at different crimes in terms of investment scams, identity theft, different types of cryptocurrency scams, and ransomware attacks. So again, it's looking at different appropriate investigative processes, how to collect the information, how to analyze the information, and then finally, how to report that type of information for court or for operational intelligence. When it comes to strategic intelligence, which includes operational intelligence, we have an experienced analyst that teaches this course on how to use structured analytical techniques that are beneficial for creating products for an agency in terms of deciding what crimes to focus upon and who you may want to focus on in terms of investigations later on. So the learning outcomes are about developing an analytical plan, a collection plan, looking at all source data, applying structured analytical techniques to it, and then preparing a product that can be useful for managers so that they can fulfill their mandate. We do have a course on unexplained wealth order investigations. The Cullen Commission had made this as a recommendation. Presently within Canada, it's still in its relatively infancy, or has been used. It has to be tested by court, and as it's developed by court, we will, as it's been commented on by Canadian courts, we will develop a course on it. So it's not available right now, but the end goal is to focus on how to best investigate and prepare these types of investigative strategies. If you've liked what you've heard so far, what the next steps you would take in order to registering for courses is, first of all, just send us an email, BCIT Forensics, to indicate your interest. There is no formal application or registration process, but I will invite you to a 15-minute online meeting to discuss a program to make sure that this program meets your academic and your career goals, and answer any questions that you might have about it. You will be able to enroll in the course. The software that's available for the program is on BCIT's Apps Anywhere program, so there's no cost for that, or it's included in your tuition. And the course materials that are for the courses are provided online using BCIT's Learning Hub program. And I'll just leave this information on as the final slide, because this is a way you can kind of get a hold of me for any further questions that you may have about the program. If you're interested, I hope to hear from you soon, and thanks for your attention and your interest in this program or in this video.